Last time, I went over some of the most popular TV shows and movies in LEGO. From Toy Story to Adventure Time and even Back to the Future, there were tons of movies and shows to choose from. But to my surprise, there are way more. So today, I'll be going over even more popular TV shows and movies in LEGO. Let's go. Up first is a set for one of the most popular movies of the 1990s. Home Alone. Home Alone is an absolute classic that everybody loves, but I was surprised to find out that LEGO had actually made a set for it. This is the Home Alone set from LEGO Ideas, and coming in at almost 4,000 pieces, this set is a moviegoer's dream. The set, of course, has the giant house where most of the movie took place, but I'll come back to that later. We also have the plumbing truck that the robbers rode around in, and 5 minifigures. There's Kevin, the robbers Harry and Marv, Kevin's mom, Kate, and old man Marvy. Now, I know these minifigures are awesome, but they're nowhere near the coolest part about this set. The coolest part is that inside the house, you can recreate so many iconic scenes from the movie. Like when Marv gets smacked in the face with an iron, or when Harry gets his head torched. They even recreated the scene where Kevin uses aftershave and immediately regrets the decision. There are also tons of little details hidden throughout the set, like the ice on the stairs in the front of the house. I mean, seriously, I could go on all day about how cool this set is. But of course, there are way more TV shows and movies to cover in this video, so be sure to watch until the end. Up next is an entire theme that many people don't even know exists. This is the LEGO Avatar theme, but not the Last Airbender like I talked about last time. I'm talking about the blue people. LEGO Avatar was announced at Comic-Con back in July of 2022. They said that they'd be releasing sets for the newest Avatar movie, The Way of the Water, in October of that year. So, lo and behold, in October of 2022, LEGO released the Tree of Souls set, the Floating Mountain Site set, the first Banshee Fight set, and the Thanator vs. Amp Suit set. After this, LEGO released 5 more sets for Avatar in 2023, all of which came from the newest Avatar movie. Considering how big the first Avatar movie was back in 2009, this is a pretty insane collab. But I guess since The Way of the Water wasn't so popular, I can't be surprised that these LEGO sets didn't do very well. Better luck next time, I guess. Up next is a theme that just got started, but dates back all the way to 2010. This is the LEGO Despicable Me theme, and with the release of the 4th movie this summer, this theme is gonna be huge. I mean, come on, everybody loves the Minions. So far, only 4 sets have been made for the theme, but they all look pretty good. First, there's the big Minion Mansion, then there's the Minions and their banana car, then there's the Minions Party Bus, and lastly, there's the brick-built Gru and Minions set. I have a funny feeling that over time, this could be one of the biggest themes in LEGO history. The only problem I have with it though is that there aren't any true Minion minifigures. Almost all of them have heads that attach like traditional bricks, which is still cool, but I think I can speak for all of us when I say we want some actual Minion minifigures. The set for this next show though got their minifigures perfect. This is the LEGO Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo, and even though it only has 300 pieces, this set is still sick. Obviously, this set features one of the most iconic cars in TV history, but that isn't all this set has to offer. Even though the whole gang isn't here, the minifigures are still awesome. We got Fred, Shaggy, Scooby, and a zombie, who, let's be honest, probably isn't a real zombie. Unfortunately, other than this set, there's barely any other LEGO Scooby-Doo for me to show, so let's go ahead and move on. Up next is a set from LEGO Ideas that's set to be released any day now. This is the LEGO Bluey set, and believe it or not, this set reached the goal of 10,000 supporters in the LEGO Ideas forum. In case you didn't know, any set that gets posted in LEGO Ideas has the chance to be made by LEGO, but it'll only get made if it reaches 10,000 supporters. Some sets that achieve this goal are the Polaroid camera and the London telephone box, but that isn't what we're here for. Let's talk about Bluey. The soon-to-be set features a ton of characters, from Bluey himself to even Pedley the car. So many names are part of this set. But then, of course, we have the house, because, come on, what would Bluey be without his awesome house? This is a LEGO set that's gonna go absolutely crazy when it drops. I'm actually pretty excited to see how it's gonna do. Since I just talked about one of the most popular kids shows of today, let me show you some LEGO from one of the most popular kids shows of all time. I'm talking about Mickey Mouse. These are just a few sets that Mickey Mouse is a part of, and in all honesty, they're super cool. One of my personal favorites is the Mickey and Minnie rocket ship set from 2021. Not only do we get some awesome minifigures, but they're wearing spacesuits too. Mickey Mouse is by far one of the most famous names in entertainment history, so this really is an insane collab for LEGO. Let's move on from that though, so I can show you a set from one of the most popular Disney movies of the last 10 years. This is the LEGO Inside Out set from the Brickhead Brickhead's theme. Inside Out was released all the way back in 2015, but people absolutely loved it. Even though it took a while, Inside Out 2 was finally released just last month in June of 2024, so LEGO finally decided to make a set for it. Now, in my opinion, Brickhead's is kind of mid, so I'd love to see LEGO make an actual set for this movie, with minifigures and everything else. Do you think that's a good idea? Let me know down in the comments. Anyways, up next is a brand new LEGO theme for a show that's been around since 2004. This is the LEGO Duplo Peppa Pig theme, and to be honest, I'm surprised this theme took as long as it did to become a thing. Peppa Pig has been super famous even since its release back in 2004, so it really is crazy that it took LEGO 20 years to make some sets for the show. The theme only started this year, and so far there are only 4 sets for it, but I'm sure as time goes on, there will be way more sets for this theme. I mean, come on, this is Pegga Pig we're talking about here. Up next is a set for hands down one of the best Pixar movies ever made. This is the literal house from Up, made with LEGO bricks. The fact that this set is even real is unbelievable to me, in the best way possible though. It only has 598 pieces, but that doesn't mean it isn't amazing. Not only is the house itself super accurate to the movie, but the balloons really just bring it all together. But of course, we can't forget the minifigures. There's Grandpa Fredricksen, Scout, Doug, and there's even the squirrel that followed Doug around for the whole movie. This set may be tiny, but it really does have it all. Great job, LEGO. Up next is a theme for one of the biggest movies of the early 2000s. This is the LEGO Cars theme, and even though the sets that are made for it these days are a little underwhelming, the older ones were sick. LEGO didn't officially collab with Cars until Cars 2 released in 2011. But since then, over 20 sets have been released for the franchise, and most of them are pretty old. In fact, the only new sets we have now are the Lightning McQueen and Mater's Car Wash set and the Mac at the Race set. And let's be honest here, these don't even compare to what we used to get. Regardless though, the theme itself is still awesome to see, and I'm super happy that LEGO made some sets for such a good movie. Up next is a set based on the man who never wanted to grow up. Peter Pan. This is the Peter Pan and Wendy's Flight Over London set, and coming in at just over 450 pieces, this set is the perfect way to relive one of the best scenes in movie history. LEGO really couldn't have picked a better scene to recreate for his first official set. I don't think anybody who's seen Peter Pan could possibly forget about it. However, this isn't the only classic movie with its own LEGO set. This is the LEGO Dimensions Wicked Witch Pack, and even though it's super tiny, the fact that this even exists is pretty crazy. The Wizard of Oz is one of the most famous movies ever. I mean, literally everybody has seen it. In my opinion though, this little pack doesn't do it justice. But luckily, I wasn't alone in thinking that. A Wizard of Oz set in the LEGO Ideas Forum just recently got 10,000 supporters. So if it passes the review, then LEGO will officially release a real set from the movie. I have to say, this would be absolutely crazy. I mean, the designer somehow even worked a tornado into this set. That takes some dedication. Up next is a set for a movie franchise that had some of the best CGI in the early 2000s. This is the LEGO Optimus Prime set from the Icon series. And yeah, I'd say Optimus Prime is pretty iconic. The set comes with just over 1,500 pieces, so the build isn't too difficult, but it also isn't too easy. The best part about this set though isn't the fact that it's Optimus Prime. It's the fact that it can transform just like Prime does in the movies. You can take him from his giant semi-truck form to his battle-ready robot form anytime you want. Oh, I almost forgot. LEGO made a set for Bumblebee too. I have to say though, I am a little disappointed that he wasn't a Camaro like he was back in the day, but I guess you can't win them all. Up next is an item that I'm surprised LEGO even made. This is the Mission Impossible level pack from LEGO Dimensions, and the reason I'm surprised this thing exists is because Mission Impossible is definitely not the most kid-friendly movie series. LEGO has a history of not supporting anything that involves adult themes. For example, they completely stopped the production of their Simpsons sets because certain people thought that the show was too vulgar to be promoted to kids. But I guess since they didn't make LEGO Mission Impossible an entire theme, they let it fly under the radar. Regardless though, it's still pretty cool to see Ethan and his motorcycle made out of bricks. Up next is another Disney classic that just recently got a few sets. These are the Simba sets, based on the Lion King, and there are 2 versions you can pick from. You can either build Simba as a little lion cub or as a young child when he started exploring the world. Both of these sets were released just this year, and considering all of the other LEGO Disney sets that were released in 2024, there was definitely some big deal signed pretty recently. Up next is a LEGO theme based on one of the most famous movie trilogies ever. This is the LEGO Lord of the Rings theme, and even though this theme is really really famous, there's no way I could have left it out of this video. Lord of the Rings is a 3-movie trilogy that originally started all the way back in 2001, and even though only one movie released that year, the series was instantly famous. The first Lord of the Rings Lego set was released back in 2012, almost 10 years after the third movie released in 2003. The set they decided to release first was the Battle of the Helm's Deep set, and after this, Lego just kept going. They released a total of 12 sets from 2012 to 2013, and they also released a video game in 2012. Since the initial rollout in 2012 and 2013, Lego hasn't released many sets for Lord of the Rings, but their hiatus officially ended this year when they released the Barad-dûr set in the Lego Icon series. The Barad-dûr is also known as the Dark Tower and is one of the most well-known locations in the entire Lord of the Rings franchise. This was a super bold move from Lego, considering how long it's been since they've done anything for Lord of the Rings. But if anything's gonna relight the fire they had in 2012, it's the Dark Tower. I wish you luck, Lego. Last but certainly not least on my list, I want to talk about a Lego theme based on one of the most famous superheroes in history, Spider-Man. The first Lego Spider-Man set was released all the way back in 2004, but since then, they've made way more. First of all, they released one of the most popular Lego sets in recent years, the Daily Bugle. This set alone speaks volumes for just how big Lego Spider-Man has gotten over the years, but it isn't all Lego has to offer. There's also this absolutely crazy set called the Spider-Man Final Battle set, based on the big fight scene from Spider-Man No Way Home. Once again, Lego hit the nail right on the head with this set. The only thing you could argue is that it's lacking some pieces, which I can understand. This set would be a lot cooler if it was really big, but regardless, it's still sick. What was your favorite TV show or movie in this video? Be sure to let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.